Welcome back to Sneaker Impact News. I have a very special episode tonight. I'm so excited to be at the Town of Southwest Ranches for their council meeting with the Zero Waste Advisory Board. And so I want to go around and introduce everyone who's here today, and then we're going to get into a couple questions about sustainability, recycling, zero waste. So would you like to start off, Harold?
Yeah, hi. Hi, Harold Gubnitsky, and happy to be here, and really proud that the town has a zero waste advisory board, and the position that the Southwest Ranches has taken. Although we're not the largest town in the county, I think we were the loudest on this particular topic, and sustainability, and really promoting zero waste as a goal, and sustainability in general. And so really happy to be here. And as we have these meetings every month, and our goal is to advise the council as to direction and recommendations on how to proceed and how to have Southwest Ranches be one of the leaders in sustainability.
That's amazing. And you're the chairman?
I'm the
of
chair
the
of this
advisory
board. Amazing.
Thank you, Harold.
Hi, my name's Rose Albritton. I'm a member of the board. We're eager to start and to keep going with this as much as we can within the town and get the support one by one, to advance things like, excuse me, we're doing composting, and we have a pilot program for that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I want to jump into those topics next, so we'll come back to you on that. All right, next we have...
Good evening, Jim Albritton, Councilman from District 3, Southwest Ranches. This sustainability and the zero waste has been spearheaded here in Southwest Ranches. The other towns, the other cities that I have a part that I sit and talk to are learning from us, and it's really nice. We have a great group of people, really intense, studying and getting the message out. And we notice it when we see our recycle bins full, not empty, and it's recyclable the right way. So it's really nice. And town council's proud of the board and everybody that's involved.
Hi, I'm Vice Mayor Bob Hartman, and very proud of our town's commitment to recycling. We've actually been recycling since we started as a town 25 years ago. So we've got a long history in preserving our rural lifestyle and doing what we can to mitigate our waste stream. About 2 years ago, we found out that there was going to be a incinerator potentially built right within a stone's throw of our community. And when I heard that, I could probably see it from my house if they were to build it. When I heard that, I started shaking the trees and trying to get the word out, this is a bad thing. We started this advisory board. We also have another group that meets tomorrow night here and the name is
Task Force.
Zero Waste Task Force, and that's a countywide group. People come from all over the place on that. But our goal was to get the word out every way we could. So we have lots of participants from all over Broward County that show up now. Between our boards and the mayor, we've gotten the word out to all the cities and municipalities within Broward County.
Wow.
We've gotten the county to listen to us. So we've really been, the mouse that roared compared. We have 8,000 people in this town. We're I think the second smallest after Lazy Lakes. So, we've really done what we can to try to change the mindset against incineration and that whole approach. The board has made a lot of recommendations to the council on how we can move forward. Rose mentioned the composting, which I know you want to get back to, but we're trying to do as many things as possible, including improving people's recycling participation. There's always opportunities to improve there.
Yep.
So thank you for coming out tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, so Southwest Ranches is all about horseland and preserving the rural lifestyle. How can the equestrian community support your sustainability initiatives?
Well, I'll just jump to that. And
That's
then
a very
pass the
specific,
microphone
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Exactly. Most of our equestrians cart off their horse waste, essentially, manure. And, what we've been encouraging for the last couple of years is to use a sustainable method once they haul it off. To haul it off to the dump doesn't do us any good in terms of zero waste. But I was in farming as a kid and growing up. Manure is fertilizer. It's used throughout the state as fertilizer. So the encouragement is for those who do, make their living from hauling off the horse waste, put it back into agricultural as opposed to into the landfills. Anybody else want to make a comment?
I think that's.
I think you.
Otherwise, we can bring up another question.
Sure.
With the many changes in demographics and development over the last 20 to 30 years, how has that affected the town's visions and plans for the future while preserving the historical heritage of Southwest Ranches?
Boy, that is a tough one. I actually bought my property in the early 70s when I come back from service. There was nothing out here, absolutely nothing. The town was formed in 2000, still very, the development that's taken place. Everybody wants to live here. The residents that currently live here, that live on the bigger properties, it's a lot for them to take care of. You see a lot of subdividing starting to take place. Any of the lots that people want to buy, we have no streetlights, dark skies, no sidewalks. It's a place where everybody wants to live, but we're running out of room. It's just everything that comes here, every piece of land is being bought up, and to sustain that, it's tough. It is just absolutely.
So are there zoning regulations that help
We're
preserve?
constantly fighting with zoning regulations and to make it tougher for the developers to come in, but you can't tell them that they can't build. You have to set the regulations as to what they can build, but you can't tell them they can't build. And we have a bunch of property that recently sold, and there's going to be some major development taking place with that.
I love that you're preserving the night sky and reducing pollution of light pollution and other things like sidewalks, which are important in certain cities, but here this is more of a rural part of a very populated area of South Florida.
Absolutely.
Let me just add to the things we're doing to try to preserve the lifestyle and also mitigate some of the waste streams. I am on 3 acres of land. I've got about 60 palm trees. Every week I'm putting out palm fronds. That's a big thing for a lot of properties, and I take
yard
care
waste.
of my lot myself. Royal palm fronds are 25 feet long, each one
Wow.
of them. So,
They weigh a lot.
and they weigh a lot. Now, what we're looking at is right now, all that green waste goes into the landfill. We're working with, as things are beginning to evolve as far as WM is concerned and the companies that do the waste hauling, we'd rather see that waste be converted to mulch and, products as opposed to landfill fodder. So again, we're looking at different ways to take what we have these days, instead of sending it to the landfill, diverting it into a better use.
Anything else to add about how you can protect through, again, on topics like, yard waste, and we're going to get into some things like what can citizens do. Would you like the next question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What are some of your biggest challenges in terms of reducing waste?
Great question. And I think the biggest challenge is awareness and education. Awareness and education. We'll just keep saying that and over. I think once we get through to people and they understand that this is how that you recycle and this is what you can do to compost either on your own or through the third-party composting programs, that's where we start to make progress. And then as we do that, then we introduce more programs. And that's our vision here, is to educate and bring on more programs so that everyone can be part of the zero waste aspirational goals.
How are you raising awareness and spreading the message specifically? Does it start in the schools? Does it start through things I'm sure emails, mailers, online resources like your website, Instagram, social media, everything? How do you get the word out?
It's a combination of all that. I mean, we're even looking to have some contests here among the different districts about who can recycle the best. We're certainly doing email campaigns. We're doing other messages. We're giving tours to the recycling so people can actually see for themselves what happens when you put something out in the road and recycling, and what are the right things to do, what are not the right things to do. There's composting awareness, and so there's a variety of things. Rose, would you like to add to that?
Sure. Through the high schools, they have a group that's helping. We have a farmer's market that's every Saturday and Sunday, and they started with like the food trucks or anybody that is there selling, they have started making them aware of
use,
what
like,
goes into a
renewable
garbage
materials.
can, what goes into recyclables.
Okay.
Even there's like 5. You could have glass, you could have plastic, you could have different things. So they
Food
are,
waste,
and
yeah.
they're getting the high schoolers involved with going there and volunteering to stand by the garbage cans. And they're labeled. I mean, I'd like to see them landfill, so everybody really knows, in the pictures, what goes in and what doesn't. But we've started doing that through waste management, and they're on our lids of our garbage cans. And composting, which I thought would be difficult and overwhelming. We did the pilot program, and it's free to Southwest Ranches this year. We started doing that as a team with Jim and I, and after a week, it seemed like the simplest thing in the world, with everybody saying, I'm not keeping the garbage in the kitchen, I'm not doing the smelly thing, nothing like that. Filthy Organics, I have a small composting can, and everything that's right on that list, Jim puts it in the 5-gallon.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you use 5-gallon buckets, or do you provide the buckets, or you just teach them how to do it?
Ugly Organic provides.
Filthy Organic.
I'm sorry.
Filthy
I'm
Organics?
so sorry. Yeah.
They're a provider.
Yeah, and they give us a 5-gallon bucket, and they pick it up, and they even have something on their truck that cleans it out after, and they give it back to you.
So the residents set it out next to their other trash in a
Yeah.
separate container.
And if you don't want to compost at home in your backyard, this is such an easy way. And last week, we just got a bag of beautiful dark dirt from it.
From
So
your
you're
personal one or back from Filthy?
back from filth.
So they bring it back to the residents.
Yeah, they're
Amazing.
doing that. So you can do it in your vegetable
Wow.
garden.
That makes it easy. I mean, I have a backyard and I compost with a small tumbler. And I used to work on a farm, and I know you got to rotate it. You got to add hay.
Absolutely.
You got to add things in. You can't just put and you can't put meat in there, right?
Oh, no,
no,
you
no
can with
oils.
them.
You can put meat.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Because I thought it was only vegetable and
Separate it.
okay.
I don't know what they do, but because Debbie's, she can't put bones or
must separate it.
anything. But to me, this is the easiest thing, and I'm not sure of the amount that we have lowered from that, but it was,
Lowered?
do you know, from us composting.
We don't have numbers yet. I know we're probably close to a ton of it already.
No, they sent out one thing from.
Got an email back. We are close to 6,000 pounds.
3 tons.
Yeah, 6,000 pounds that that the town itself has, right.
And
That
food
has been-
waste.
Right, been stopped from going to
Just
the
2025? Or when did this program begin?
Since the program started.
Probably what, 6.5, 7 months? Is it,
Yeah,
had been
it's not even a full year.
6 months?
Yeah,
Not even a full year, right.
yeah.
So I was quite proud of that. And yeah, I got my 20 pounds of dirt. It was delivered and I was thrilled, and I haven't planted anything yet. I'm looking forward to that, but yeah, it's really nice. Very simple, like she said. You just put it in the bucket. They pick it up twice a month. Every 2 weeks they pick it up.
Okay.
They send you an email ahead of time telling you tomorrow's pickup date.
Wow.
If you can't make it, you send them an email saying skip this date, make it the next date or whatever.
That's incredible.
Very, very simple, very easy, clean, nice, and it's well worth it.
Wow. And to serve 8,000 residents like that is amazing that Filthy Organics can take that on.
Yeah, well, we're starting off a pilot.
Oh, you have a pilot program, so people sign up for it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Pilot program.
Let me just add how we're trying to get the word out. So I've been the town's unofficial photographer for like 15, 20 years. And, forever we had a 2-color newsletter that went out that the council contributed to. Well, over the last year, we've really upped our game on that. It's full color now. It's absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
It is.
That's it.
It gets the word out. Where we were maybe a 20 to 30% penetration rate, we're probably closer to 40 to 50%. But in this day and age, that's not even close to enough. We went into social media. We've got a Facebook page. We've got Instagram. I think we're on X. Don't quote me on that one though. But
TikTok?
Because-
Just
Yeah,
kidding. I'm not on TikTok either.
I don't think.
But yeah,
we're
the
on-
kids are on there, so you got to find Gen Z.
Well,
Well, is
we're-
there a lot of Gen Z? That's a high school though, so maybe you're getting to them at the high school level. In the
I
university.
don't think we're on TikTok, but I think we get pretty good penetration through Gen Z on
Instagram, yeah.
Yeah. But where we're going, though, is, in government, in municipal government, everybody wears a lot of hats. We demand a lot from our team. Well, finally, we realized that to do this the best way possible, we're hiring a social media specialist
Okay.
who's going to take, we get content monthly from WM on what's going on, how they can help, different content that portrays better recycling methods, all types of zero waste diversion techniques. We use that content to get our social media out on a regular basis. So we're constantly pushing it. Now we should be able to get even more coverage by adding an additional staff member to get that work done.
Incredible. That's so important, and I know it's a lot of work to get the word. You can capture the media, but then to get it out, you have all these other roles. To have someone special, doing that.
There's another
very
side
cool.
of it too. We have a lot of happy residents out here. I mean, and we
Yeah,
tell by our
the lifestyle is incredible compared.
Exactly.
I live in the city of Miami.
There you
We
go.
don't have composting. We have to do it all on our own. And some people have even said only 8% of recycled materials actually get recycled
Right.
in South Florida.
Right.
And there's other issues like the incinerators, which we were talking about. One went down. Now they're trying to build a new
yeah.
one, the
Yeah,
biggest
the
one in the
Durrell one.
country.
Yeah.
We also, South Florida creates on average double the amount of waste per person that the rest of the country does. Something like 5 to 8 pounds, and the average person in other parts of the country somewhere around 2 to 3 pounds a day.
I'd love
So
to know
5
why.
to 8. Tourism's definitely a big part of it.
Of course.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
they're talking about that a lot in Miami, is how much waste is getting created here versus other parts of the country.
Mm-hmm.
But in Southwest Ranches, you guys are all about that rural lifestyle, and
But where I
farms
was
are a big
going-
part.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where I was going with it is, when we don't get it right on a particular topic, people come out and let us know at our council meetings.
Okay.
I mean, we'll have 100 people if they disagree with the position we're taking. Lately, 1 or 2 or 3 of the regular people are showing up. A lot of the regulars aren't showing up because they can watch it on YouTube, or they're comfortable with what's going on either through their communications at the newsletter. A lot of them reach out to the council. So, it's hard to make that additional penetration when people don't have any reason to pick this stuff up and say, I'm really upset, I need a number to call. Because we seem to have a pretty good satisfaction level right
Their
now.
voices are being heard and they're being served in a good way
Exactly.
versus
Exactly.
being, serving the interests of,
X.
what goes against your heritage, which is preserving rural lifestyle. Like if you guys all of a sudden brought in towers, building towers, or like the incinerator, like you said, it would destroy the community.
Yeah, it absolutely would.
The farmers would look for somewhere else to go.
Yep.
The tree farmers, all the other farmers, the horses. I saw a lot of horses when I was driving in today. How can residents get more involved on top of everything you're doing? What can they do as an individual that is going above and beyond what you guys are doing? Are there native plantings? Are there other ways to mitigate waste? Are there any creative ideas coming up lately or anything else you can think of? Or is it just getting the word out through all these channels is the start?
Just getting the word out. Harold mentioned education, education, education. We just have to keep reminding them.
That this
it's-
exists, that these programs are
that
there.
they exist, right?
Because they're busy.
Well, everybody's got their own life, exactly. And to get the board members to volunteer, these are volunteers. They're not paid. They're not. These are volunteers for the different boards that you have, and it's very difficult sometimes to find members to sit on the boards. But we appreciate those that we do have. But education, just keep hammering it to them and telling them, this is what we have to do.
Are there any environmental, or did you want to add on to that, Harold? Or?
No, I think, it's all, as Jim was saying, it's about that education. We are really looking to be innovative in a lot of different ways. We're in touch with what the other towns and cities are doing, not only Broward County, but across the country. And so as we're developing a strategy and a game plan for the town, for sustainability and not only where we're at today, but where we're going, and looking to take best practices from around the country to implement that so that we can be and continue to be hopefully a leader in representing the sustainability path.
Can we introduce our newest
Yes,
member?
Councilman Garrett.
Good evening.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Councilman Jablonski from District 2 in Southwest Ranches, and it's a pleasure to be here. Is this I'm not quite sure. The
Sneaker
format.
Impact News podcast for
No,
recycling.
I got that part.
Sorry.
Video cameras and these mics gave it away. But I'm curious as to, is this a Q&A or you're just trying to get thoughts?
Both. Yeah, I have a series of questions.
And it's live.
Yeah. One is live on Instagram right now, my personal, but I'm recording all this to put on YouTube and Spotify,
I
and
wanna
it'll
put
come
on
out.
water makeup, but I haven't known that.
Well, for Spotify, you don't need it. Well, the cameras are a little far back, so I was kind to us,
It's like
yeah.
a panel kind of.
But my next question is actually, like, what is mandated through regulation and what is voluntary? Like, is it all voluntary? Is there anything mandated? Are there any upcoming items being voted on? I know there's no elections today, even though today is election day in South Florida, but in Southwest Ranches, there's no voting today. But when is the next election? What has been
Next November.
enacted? Next November?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that's absolutely required according to law?
You have to be a resident for a couple of years. You have to have a heartbeat.
Okay.
Sustainability.
But, or for, yeah,
We're
for,
talking about running for
Hi.
office.
as far as,
Sustainability.
you know, for sustainability, do they have, like in Europe, you actually will be fined if you don't separate your trash.
Say that again, please.
Europe has regulations often to, you know,
So we don't have
there are
those,
fines,
but-
you know.
We don't have those.
We tread,
Here you go.
we tread very lightly. Our residents, for the most part, when it comes to regulation, want to be left alone, and we recognize that. You know, the only things I believe we have out there are you have to use a certain percentage of xerophytic landscape when you do new development or you build a house. But in terms of participation, we don't regulate. Now, that may have to change in upcoming years because, you know, one of the things that is becoming very evident is landfill property is getting to be more and more expensive. So if we can reduce our trash hauling costs by diverting more and more to recycling, to reuse, to, you know, all the different things that we're promoting and we're investigating at this point, hopefully we can save some money for the community and for the residents as well. But we're not at the point where we have any regulation at this point on anything to do with trash.
That's good, because you're getting the buy-in without that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna also create value that's gonna come back to the residents, reducing their taxes and providing more city services. So I heard some of your team got to visit the Sneaker Impact headquarters in Miami.
Debbie.
Uh,
Debbie.
would you like to introduce yourself and
On the advisory board, part of that, and
tell us what you felt or thought when you were,
Live, don't
when you witnessed?
Introduce yourself.
I'm Debbie Green from the town. We I thought it was incredible visiting the Sneaker Impact and just seeing the whole process from, you know, how all the sneakers, how they're collected and the different things, whether it's either reused or that it's recycled. And just the sneakers that are then reused and sent to, you know,
20 plus
some of the
countries.
the countries. It also just showed that Sneaker Impact, it just has a conscience because there's thought into what gets sent where.
Yes.
So you're
Yeah, we're not sending, our founder says like size 13 or 15 shoes to Guatemala or, you know, just things like that. We're not sending winter coats to
Heather's-
Haiti.
right, to
You know,
Haiti.
we're sending the right materials to the right place. They really do need running and walking shoes because that's their Honda. We like to say their Hyundai, their Toyota, their car is just traveling and just being able to work and go to school and farm and do all the things they do. They need a good pair of shoes. And they could be resold in the U.S., but no. Our partners where we're collecting them from, that would come back to haunt them. So everything we collect that has a second life leaves the U.S. Anything that is not have a second life because it's been too used, and we look at the tread on the bottom of the shoe, the midsole, the outsole, if that's destroyed, we can repair the upper. But if the midsole and bottom are destroyed too much, we wouldn't ever ship trash. That's another one of our mandates. We don't ship trash overseas. That all is grinded up and goes through a sorting process through air separation and infrared technology. As you saw, it's proprietary, top secret. But we are now creating sandals, yoga mats. I wish I had some today, but you can go on our Instagram and see our sandals, our yoga mats, flooring. We're now making shoes, the midsole only with certain shoe companies. We're not making the shoes. We're finding partners that we're providing the materials, and we're providing data back to the industry about what models and companies' brands we're collecting from each location. And we're in 3,000 plus retail locations around the U.S. So we would love to be anywhere you guys need us in town of Southwest Ranches. We have collection boxes that we can provide free of charge with prepaid FedEx shipping labels. We also have a system where anyone in the U.S. can order a bag, and it comes with a prepaid label. And the bag can hold up to 7 pairs of shoes. It's a biodegradable bag, and they can order it for free right now. It's still free on our website. And my mom in Wisconsin ships her shoes back to us, so shout out to my mom. And yeah, so we've got a system for the public, and we've got a system for universities, businesses, gyms, running stores, you know. And a lot of the universities are getting involved in high schools. So yeah, anyone else have any thoughts about, you know, shoe recycling? Have you guys looked into that? Apparel, we also recycle apparel, clothing.
We really got a great view of the sneaker impact side of the business. Mo showed us everything.
Oh, you got to visit,
Yeah,
Bob.
I had an opportunity to visit. And it was interesting because we had seen a video with our task force back about 3 months ago on how disposable sneakers are. People buy them and never wear them. They wear them 2 times and they're off to the landfill. And when I saw the answer to that in Sneaker Impact, I was very impressed because, first off, great entrepreneurial spirit. But then when it was explained to us, the uses from, you know, things that look brand new right on through to unusable, it's a phenomenal scenario.
We're diverting waste and creating values and jobs out of it. That was just going to go in the landfill. And there's a lot of entrepreneurs now diverting things like wine bottles. Like I watched this couple on Instagram, this young couple, they were like 20 to 24 years old. They started out with just a small pile of wine. They got a giant mountain. Now they're grinding it up and making these sandbags that are helping rebuild the bayou down in Louisiana, like the shoreline, and they plant trees that grow into it, and it reclaims that wine bottle or glass. So there's just so many uses for everything that can help the environment or help people. So we're doing environmental and social good. The social good is by helping those less fortunate with providing them footwear at pennies on the dollar, and then they can clean them. They put the sweat equity in, and they can resell them. And yeah, we facilitate it all through our exporting. We also export. We're a full-fledged export company, and yeah, we're just really excited. Our founder lives in the town of Southwest Ranches,
right.
Mohammed Hachem, and he's in Lebanon right now visiting his dad. He just left last night, but he wanted to be here, and he sends his love. And you guys are all welcome to come visit us.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. So again, anything going on right now for apparel or footwear up here, or is that something you're looking at in the future?
I think we're going to bring a footwear box in. I'm not sure who knows the details on that.
Yeah,
On the apparel side, we haven't had
Not yet,
contact
but they
with-
have other places they can go,
Sure.
like you said, or like, you know,
that's-
whether it's your local Goodwill or your
Yeah.
St. Vincent's
Oh,
de
yeah,
Paul
there's
or
opportunities.
your women's.
That's all
church.
part of our journey, though, is to continue to look for innovative groups such as Sneaker Impact and continue to do that. So we're open to ideas, and we want to go ahead and do it. It's all part of the education.
Yeah.
and awareness.
Awesome. So what question did I forget to ask you guys about sustainability tonight and what you're up to? Like, you guys are volunteering to do this. You're putting your heart and soul into it. What else can you tell us that is interesting and you want to share with the public right now?
Great. Do you want to add to it?
I know the composting program we talked a lot about.
You already talked about
Yeah.
the composting
Yeah.
and all that. I think education, I know you probably talked about it, but that's really the key thing when I see on recycling day pickups is mixed containers that have trash in it and the proper recycling stuff. And people don't realize that the company is not going to sort that trash out for you. It's just all going to go to the landfill. So all the good work that they've done is not going to accomplish anything because half of it was trash, that should have gone to the landfill. So that I think is our hardest thing. We've got to convince everybody up. And of course, there's shoes, clothes, you name it in there and stuff like that.
And do you offer like e-waste recycling throughout the year?
Yeah, we have 4 times a year, we have hazardous household waste.
Okay.
And you can bring in tires, you can bring in engine oil,
Batteries,
pesticides, medicine, we have a medicine
Okay.
drop off with the police for expired stuff or no longer used.
So diverting as much waste as possible.
Yeah, Yeah,
Cardboard
so-
is part of the recyclables, glass,
Exactly.
certain plastic, you're educating about the numbers on the bottom, and like a pizza box that's got greasy pizza and it still can't be
Yeah,
recycled.
we have all those sort of problems where.
Clean out the
too many
can
pizza
of-
boxes in the recycling and it's shot.
Wash out the salsa jar before you throw it
Right,
in the
exactly.
recycling bin.
You know, and stuff like that. Like, and I know in my own personal case, I'm an empty nester, and our trash that goes to the landfill was down to a third
Wow.
after we started recycling. And my recycling bin is 3 times what the trash bin is. Sometimes I don't even put out trash. There's none to put out. You know, we get twice a week pickup, but the recycling goes out every week.
Wow. In Miami, I think it's every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We do it twice a
Recycling's
month.
every 2 weeks.
Yes, twice a
We
month.
couldn't live that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to
I know, I fill mine up too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have it.
And my
everywhere.
garbage is like, it's very little. And then my
Yeah,
recycling, I mean,
compact.
cardboard boxes and
I mean, we wash out all the clear food containers are cleaned out, and there's a lot you can do when you see stuff could be considered contaminated, but it's salvageable. You just take it to the kitchen sink and rinse it out. I mean, it's something as simplistic as that. You have to teach people that, believe it or not, because they go, "Choo," goes right into the wrong bin, and off it goes to the landfill.
so if it's contaminated, it can't be picked up.
No, they make that, and the driver makes that call when they do it, and it comes off of the truck, and then they sort it, and it immediately goes into the landfill pile.
Okay.
And so it's a pretty sophisticated thing the way they've got it going, but it really starts on the consumer end, and then it goes from there.
Okay.
Deb, you want to add to that?
No, I was just gonna echo you. The biggest thing is the education. Because once people learn that, okay, so you have to rinse it out, you have to do this, but once you start doing it, you realize it's really not that hard, and it doesn't take a whole lot much more effort to do it.
That's right.
So hopefully, between all the efforts of this, and the county is looking at,
It becomes a habit.
and they're trying to,
Yeah.
so if the county
it.
then passes the Solid Waste Authority, this new master plan, it would then take all the cities within Broward County, and everybody would be recycling and composting in the exact same way. So it would be uniform, and it would make that education so much easier because everybody's giving the same message.
Yeah, town of Southwest Ranches is a small percentage of Broward County, which is one of the biggest counties probably in the U.S.
We are, but we are
We're the
leaders in Broward
Wow,
County.
so the
And
smallest is leading the
At the
way.
county level, they all
Yeah,
look to Southwest Ranches.
yeah. Yes.
You asked Gary about hazardous material. Miss Debbie came up with an idea a couple months back. We haven't got it implemented completely yet, but for people who have furniture, or people who have something that they don't want anymore, we're looking to bring it to the site, and other people, if you come up and, oh, Bob just brought this chair, pretty nice, I'm taking it home, so you take it home with you. But the problem is, at the end of the day, there's nobody to pick it up, to haul it away, if nobody picks it up. But somehow we'd like to implement, if you bring something and somebody wants it, they can take it.
Like a recycling
Just a
center.
recycling center, they're right, no cost, no anything, but the thing of it is,
Reuse
we
center.
don't have it, right, reuse center. We have no
Second
place
life.
right now to implement that, to store it. If we had a nice building somewhere where we could store stuff, people come just swap stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but we're looking to do that.
That's a great
Miss
idea.
Debbie's idea.
Really great idea.
So zero waste is a journey.
Yep.
And we started ours 2 years ago. We had something that kick-started us in the incinerators that really got our attention. When I look around the world right now, and I'm hearing now that major chunks of icebergs are breaking off in Antarctica. We were in Northern Europe last summer, and we saw the last glacier in Norway.
Wow.
Okay? Greenland is melting like crazy. The glaciers now in Iceland are melting like crazy. Their rivers are raging torrents now because it's all melting. Our kids are recognizing this. All my kids, if I throw the wrong thing in the wrong place, I hear about it quickly. Their children, it'll be second nature for them. We still have to educate our peers, the people that are, I would call them recycling immigrants as opposed to recycling natives or zero waste natives. Europe has got years on us right now. When we were in Europe a few years ago, you mentioned how it's required. In Italy, you've got 9 bins to separate your waste into when you get down to the little refuse where it's picked up.
And machines that you can like put like the plastic
No,
bottle
they're
in that
just
suck
bins.
it in.
They're just bins.
Yeah,
They're
I
laid-
remember in Germany I saw machines that would suck in your and then maybe give you some money back.
So
or
the
something.
same thing in Austria,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact. I went into this yard in Austria as we were waiting for a bus, and I said, "What is this?" "Oh, this is a local," and they used a German word, but recycling center. And there was everything that we normally throw out, and they were, basically sorting it out. So I think we as a society will get there. It's just how quickly we get there is going to be how quickly we mitigate the big problems we have.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks
Yeah,
for
no,
coming
this
out
is
today.
great, guys. I know we're up against the time limit here. You guys have a big meeting starting in 8 minutes, so thank you all for. If I can ask for final thought, if anyone has one before we close out, but just thank you so much for allowing me to be here today in your town hall meeting, inviting me up. It's an honor. It's my first time ever being able to speak with a town, and I'm just really blown away by your commitment and your passion and your creativity and purpose.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could ask the council to invite him to a council meeting and have him speak for a couple minutes. That'd be nice. To the town council meeting, that'd be nice. Yeah.
You looking for a vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 3 votes there.
Got 3 votes.
Thank you, and thank you for what, Sneaker Impact's doing, and
absolutely.
we're looking forward to being an active sponsor, supporter for that.
Awesome. No pressure. We would love to we'll provide all the boxes. We'll do all the work for you.
Okay.
If you want to come out
No
and give
cost.
us an update on an annual basis and exchange notes on how far we've progressed in our journey, you're welcome to come out. And if you give me your card, I'll talk to Russell, our town administrator, to see if we can't put you on the calendar for once a year.
Okay. Yeah.
Great.
And we do reporting. We give our partners reports. On
Oh, excellent.
Every single box, they get how many pounds are diverted from the landfill, and also how many pairs of sneakers, different categories. Just 3 categories, like good sneakers, which are ones that live a second life. Second category would be casual mixed, and the third category is end of life. So there's 3 categories. The best sneakers are the good sneakers. Those are the running and walking shoes. And there's like the cheaper models, those, and like the kids' shoes and the heels and the dress shoes. Those are casual and mixed. And then end of life is end of life. It's time for it to get made into a new product.
Right.
We also give them in the report the estimated kilograms of carbon emissions saved by their recycling.
Excellent.
Box. So how much carbon they're sequestering. It's 14.5 kilograms per pair of sneakers recycled. So a box.
Kilograms?
Kilograms. 14.
Wow.
We report the pounds of waste diverted, total waste diverted in pounds. But in terms of emissions saved, it's an estimate of the carbon emissions saved. It's reported in kilograms. I don't know. It's because it's like the universal way they do it, but
The rest of
it's,
the world.
it's a significant amount. Like each box each box holds 30 to 35 pairs of shoes, and it'll be like 500 kilograms of estimated carbon saved by recycling those 30 pairs of shoes.
That's an important number that should be on the back of everything.
Yeah.
You
How
know,
much does it cost for your coffee? How much
Exactly.
does it cost for your to create a pair of shoes? It costs about 15 or 17 kilograms of carbon to create it. So recycling it, you nearly get back 90 to 100% of it.
Impressive.
that it really
But
is.
there's I think recycling a pair of sneakers is equivalent to driving something like 60 miles or 1 pound of cheese or a pound of coffee. They're all equivalent. So I did a study for a marathon because I was trying to give runners a visualization of recycling 1 pair of shoes. What does that mean in terms of like something you would buy or how far you had to travel? But a flight, that's really creating a lot of carbon. So when you fly, that's like you're creating probably hundreds of kilograms or thousands, depends how far you fly. But
Yeah.
flights are one of the biggest contributors in driving.
Not
But
to
anything
mention
you
air
buy, you're
pollution.
contributing to.
I work directly across the street from Miami International, and my walk to the car, all I smell are the tires burning up and the jet exhaust. It's amazing the amount of pollution that comes off that facility.
Yeah. Well, this is amazing. Any closing thoughts? I'll pass the mic around. Got a minute or 2 left.
Well, I think what y'all do is fantastic, and I'm looking forward to the town partnering with Sneaker Impact and us getting a box here, and so we can start saving all the way around.
Yeah, I second that motion. Well, we're really happy that you're doing this. I hadn't heard of this previously, like several months ago, and then I was really impressed once I got into the details and what I was being told about how this works, and then now hearing the impact in real numbers makes it even more worthwhile. You know, it's nice to know that that a product that you're basically you're discarding, you know, is now coming back into the community or other communities in a meaningful way.
And it's creating jobs in Miami. We have a good 30 to
Right.
50 people we're employing through Sneaker Impact. Some of them are Haitian families that are actually putting in the sweat equity of not being paid by us. Our founder likes to say we're teaching them how to fish versus giving a fish. And the only other thing I forgot to mention, I'm sure the cameras can pick this up, people have heard it, is only 13% of running shoes only 13% of footwear is recycled in the US every year, 13%. That's according to Google
Yeah,
statistics.
I'm surprised it's even that much.
So
I don't think
87% of
people know.
shoes, and it's over 500 million pairs are thrown away a year. That's a conservative estimate.
But it's an
probably
easy,
closer to a million.
it's something
or
that's very
a billion.
achievable if you know what to do with it.
Yeah. And the kids want to do it. When we go to the high schools and the universities, the kids are all. In fact, our founder, we looked up a lot of statistics. 92% of Americans approximately want to recycle, but you have to make it easy.
Oh, yeah.
And
Somehow.
yeah, you have to make it easy.
Yes.
Well,
So-
thank you for what you're doing. We look forward to partnering.
Awesome. Thank you, Town of Southwest Ranches, for having me. Thank you,
Happy fact.
Vice Mayor and council members, for having us on the Zero Waste Advisory Board. This is really inspiring. I'm all about zero waste, and there's an initiative in Miami too, a Zero Waste Miami group, which I'm a part of. So there's people down there that care, but we're up against a big, problem. And that's where, that's why you guys are. It's really,
loudly.
yeah, and you guys are setting a standard that the whole county and South Florida is looking at, because Southwest Ranches has developed a reputation as one of the nicest places to live.
Good.
So thank you guys for having me, and
you.
kudos to you all.
Thank you.